What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another SLA video. All right, guys, you guys can see here 34 seconds, 34.86 seconds for BOT for SL. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that. But before I go any further, I do want to give a big shout out to some of these speedrunners who make this thing possible. Believe it or not, guys, a lot of us do follow these guys, and they deserve all the credit. So I'm going to go ahead and start giving them credit when credit is due. First off, Litstream, who probably produces some of the best, if not the best, in my opinion, BOT runs. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys come up with it, but Litstream definitely deserves some love. Go subscribe to his channel. A lot of his runs are actually what we do as blueprints. I also want to shout out GoHack, who does an incredible job, who joins the streams and pokes fun at me a lot, but he also does an incredible job here as well, too, in terms of guiding for BOT runs. And then, of course, we have ourselves XSLA, who's another big one. There's Materia and a few others who do them as well, but I want to make sure these three here get all the love because they absolutely do an incredible job showcasing their runs. And then I do them live, right? Where they record for hours on end, I do them live hours on end. So you guys get to see the suffering. You get to see perfection on their end. You get to see the suffering on my end. But nonetheless, if it wasn't for these guys, quite honestly, I would not be able to get these scores because let's be real, at the end of the day, BOT is all about strategy. And it's a whole different ball game than like WOBL and everything. So these guys definitely deserve some love. I'll put the description of each of these people in the video, in my description, sorry. So you guys go click, show them some love. If you guys want to see some of the best BOT runs, I highly recommend watching them. They deserve all the love. And also don't forget TyPal, of course. TyPal being the GOAT for SLA when it comes down to BOT, in my opinion, deserves all the love and credit. So I'll definitely put his on there as well too. But without further ado, I will show you guys the run and what I did. Before I show you guys the run though, I will show you guys my actual setup so you guys can see how I'm running this, what I did, and I'll walk you guys step by step through it. Okay, you guys can see here 34.865 seconds. That's the run that I did. And then you guys can see over here, this is the setup. So DKD A10. All skills are level 10, by the way, just so you guys are aware. This is my pay-to-win account, by the way, and I will give you guys some advice on the free-to-play because I have a decent score on free-to-play as well. But 10, 10, 10 across the board. And then, of course, using the plum sword here is going to benefit you because you'll get that amplifying draw. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. You're not really using plum outside of maybe 2 decent attacks, and that's it. And I'll show you guys the run, of course, afterwards, right? SM Beck, you've got yourself the weapon. Kim, we got ourselves an A10 elemental sword. And then Isla here, of course, for her with her weapon. So Beru here for the crit damage. We got Serbi for combustion, and we got ourselves Iron for defense down. Iron can be replaced for someone with more DPS. You can feel free to put whoever you want on here. I just have Iron there for that defense down, just in case I need it. There is a lot of RNG involved. Keep this in mind, okay? So I'm going to just turn the chat box off real quick. So here's the setup in terms of gear. We got toughness and outstanding ability. We got ourselves blessing set on Beck. Or SM Beck. We have ourselves solid analysis with Sylph, and then holy and Sylph. Okay, now this here can be replaced also with Angel and White, or you can put on Guardian set. It doesn't really matter for Isla. Any 3 of those will work. I've tried them and it works fine. And then of course for blessings or skills here, we have Thunderstorm. Feel free to use whichever one you have. Legendary, of course, will make the biggest difference. We have the Death here, or Squall, right? Squall will increase the break damage, and it's important you use this on the right time, or else you won't get the break off. Then everyone else's support skills are like level 14 or something, whatever. You know, whatever the dupes allow them to be. I haven't leveled them up further. And in terms of SJW skills, you use Vacuum Wave for the break, and then you use Commander's Touch Liberation here to reset your QTE, and that's going to be the most important piece of damage you have, okay? So Liberation is used there. So there you guys go. Those are the skills being used. And then for Blessing Stones, we have Double-Edged Sword, which is mandatory. Into it's not as mandatory. You can use Reawakening here, but Into it is a bit better. So if you have it, use it. We have Pulverize. This is important. You have to have Legendary Pulverize in order to get the break off on time. If you have Heroic, it won't work. You're going to need 2 breakers or just more break skills, which is not good to get this kind of time at least. Weakness detection. I got the legendary version here, which does more damage. And then for the skill here, the most important one, of course, is going to be equipped Blessing Stone, the aggressive defense, so you can get yourself a shield every time you do basic attacks, okay? Pretty straightforward stuff. And then for this right here, the 2 main important ones are going to be this right over here for the extra attack power for SJW. And then we're going to have this purple one here because you want to have as much MP reduction as you can on your basic skills, okay? Everyone else here, really quite irrelevant. You don't really need to worry about it. The main one is SJW. And of course, Beru, Serbi. Again, feel free to replace Iron with whoever you see fit. And then, as mentioned, DKD and plum sword. Okay, so let's go into the actual run itself, and I'm going to walk you guys step by step through this because I think this is really important, and you guys will understand a lot of this is going to be RNG based. Okay, so that's the main thing to take away from this. It is very, very RNG based, but it will definitely work if you do it properly. Okay, so you guys can see it takes them 39 seconds. I'm going to run you through mine, okay, because it took me a while to get this score, and I definitely want to walk you guys through it, and I think it's important to at least understand the mechanics before we go anywhere else. So let's go back all the way to the start. Here we go. So first thing to note, you guys can see I was not happy with the score because I almost had it and then I messed up. So I'm pretty frustrated. You guys probably saw what I just said there. So let's go through this. So first thing you want to do is dash twice. Okay, 1, 2, and you want to get right around. Okay, hold on, let me reset. So, oh yeah, one thing to mention, shout out to Litstream for mentioning this. If any of the mobs are facing you, you have to restart. So you can see how this mob is facing me. If the reason why I have to restart is he will attack you dashing forward no matter what you do, and that will make you miss your liberation skill. So they need to be facing each other or not you at all, right? So you'll see at one point there, like that, right there. So you want to run and you want to stop right around this section, right between these two guys, a little forward. You'll see liberation drops, and that instantly kills everybody, okay? Now, you want to run forward again through the portal. 1 dash only, guys. 1 dash, and right here, right there, where I stop, I summon SM Beck. Okay, SM Beck pops up, and what SM Beck does, if you don't know his support skill, is he actually will perform an attack up for you, which will increase your attack. Right there, you guys see he popped up, and I do liberation right there. Now, the beauty of placing him right here is he actually ends up hitting this boss as well, and you guys can see the time there is 9 seconds, okay? So very important. So here you want to dash instantly when you summon him and you do liberation. That'll do the damage for DKD 1 time, dash out again, do it again here, and then here if you don't kill him, you want to cast liberation. Okay, you guys can see that didn't kill him, right? So now we start over. So you want to make sure you end up actually killing this guy. So if we go to the next phase here, I'll do it for you guys one more time. Okay, here, this next phase, look, drop, 1, 2, 3. That right there is exactly what you want happening. Now, ideally, you actually want to one-shot him with both of those DKDs. In order for that to happen, you have to crit the entire time. A little bit more RNG, but you can actually lower your score even further. You can probably get 32 to 31 seconds by doing so, but you guys can see here with that liberation, I do that. Now, this is important. I quickly switch to Plum. I just cast the Plum skill. There you guys saw the 20 seconds down there. Cast Plum, and I'll show you guys the reason why you need to cast Plum right away. Because it allows you to actually do your skill, your corrosion skill right away. Okay, so look, right away I summon my shadows. With my shadows up, and as she's dropping, I already do shadow step. I already go into my shadow step. My shadows allow me to do shadow step. So I go right into it, right there, right? Boom. Then while I'm shadow stepping, I instantly cast my Q to E for corrosion. And what corrosion does, you guys can see the debuff right up here. It actually does 8% more damage. This is important or else you won't break. So you got to cast this first. And then you do vacuum wave right there. Okay, and you guys see the QTE popping up. It's important to hold that. Don't do it yet. You will see the vacuum wave hits, and then you summon Kim. So vacuum wave first, then summon Kim. As Kim is coming out, you dash first. Okay, you guys see the dash happen right before the break, and then you cast your QTE. Now this is very important because the QTE here, and QTE now has the amplifying draw effect, and if it crits, it's going to do a ton of damage. Look at that, went to 42%. You do liberation one more time, and that resets your QTE. You amplify draw again, and then you cast QTE again. And this should, if all crits connect, complete the whole run. There you guys go. So that right there is how you do it. I'm obviously really happy. We've been doing this for quite some time. Now, I had 58 seconds before that, but this made me very proud because I'm now becoming more, what the hell? Becoming more and more a BOT kind of person, but I'm getting the blueprint from the guys who are helping me out, such as Litstream, X, and GoHack. So shout out to those guys. Amazing, amazing work. And there you guys go. That's my strategy. I made things a little bit different than theirs. They do things a little bit different than me, but I take their strats and I do this. And it took me about 2.5 hours to get here. And again, that's the pain of BOT. If you want to get these scores, you got to put in the time, right? It's not called Battlefield of Time for no reason. So there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, go give those guys a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.